Greetings, viewers. This is CP666 signing on for a clock radio video. I have not done one of these in a very long time, because there just hasn't really been any eye-catching clock radios in a very long time. Of course, there's also the fact that, we've been living in a pandemic for a very long time, and of course thrift stores were closed for a very long time. So, I found this. It may look familiar. I've got a very similar unit. I think that's like a 7-4649D or something like that. There's a video of it on my channel somewhere. This one, on the other hand, is a 4642B. You can get some information about it. A date code of 4509, which I believe would be 1985 in the case of this. The interesting thing about these is that they take two batteries, and what I believe that's for is one of the batteries is your typical backup battery for clock radios. The other battery is meant so that the alarm will continue to sound if there is no power. This unit did come with a couple batteries, nothing really particularly special or ancient. They are, of course, completely dead. This is not something I would ever recommend you do with batteries. But you can see that they don't explode and catch fire or anything like that. In fact, they're not even warm. They're still ice cold. So, watch the YouTube Armchair Safety Brigade get on my case for doing that. In any event, the difference with the one I've already got is I think the colors are a little different, the color palette. Not so much the wood grain on the sides, which is the same, or the control set, which is the same. You can see there's your brightness switch for the vacuum fluorescent display on the front, which we'll see in a moment. You got your usual snooze control, time set, sleep timer. It does have a lock for the setting. Set the time, set the alarm. Also, you do this to show the alarm. Of course, it's got the radio. And two wake options. Wake to alarm, which is just a buzzer, and wake to music, which is just music, which is the way it should be, if you want my honest opinion. There's your tuner. It's got the tuner here. There's volume control, and an AM/FM switch. Nothing else really to point out. The one I've got, I think, is a little bit lighter in color, and it's got black printing instead of white printing like what this one has. Before I plug it in, the one thing that I do want to show, I think it's missing, it's missing all of the rubber feet. I just noticed that. You might be able to see there's a foot right here, but there aren't on any of the other sides, which is why it's kind of a little wobbly. I might have to do something about that. Before I plug it in, here's the power cord, which is in, relatively decent condition. Until you take a look at this side of it, which I didn't even really notice until recently. That's kind of dangerous. But I guess it still works, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll plug it in, being careful not to touch that. And you can see there's your vacuum fluorescent display. That is the dim setting. There's the bright setting. It is pretty bright. This control is a little dirty. You can go ahead and run the time set. So you can see fast. Unlike mine, it seems like these controls actually are not too dirty. And slow actually works. On the other one, if you let go of it, it would jump to a random time. I really ought to run deoxit on the controls on that one. We can do the same for the alarm. Put it in lock, and you can't control it. So let's go ahead and demonstrate the radio. Put it down all the way at the end of the band, put it in FM, turn it on. We'll just scan up here. I think it's an AM, actually. No, it's not. It's just not picking up very well.
I'm sorry that I let you down.
Trouver une façon d'être heureux. Vautrer. Vautrer. J'ai dit vautrer.
Here on RN. This week, part 4 of the 6-week...
It didn't stick around, this is God's country. We home. The two of us, oh, one night stand, just...
Walk it like it's hard. Walk it like it's hard.
I have not heard that in about 500 years.
Pop it like it's
Seems that happens every time I make one of these. I think the tuner's a little bit off.
We can dwell on the faithfulness of the Lord. We can dwell on our...
I'd be happy if I never heard that ever again.
And achievements of the Commonwealth.
But no hint of the family. Come on, change. I'm right behind my back.
Yeah, that I think should be 106, and it's below 104.
Because I can't
Johnny. C'est là-dessus.
No, maybe not.
En croyant.
I take that back. I don't know my own,
106.
yeah, there's 106. So evidently there's more, decent music on, radio than I thought there is. Alright. Change it over to AM, see what we can manage to get. Not a whole lot.
Vaccines ahead of the 1-year anniversary of the pandemic.
Discover card. Learn more at discover.com.
It's got really good audio quality.
Discover something brighter. Chris in
All-Star festivities. Time for Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. There would be no All-Star Saturday night this year. Everything happening on one day. The Slam Dunk Contest taking place during...
And I'm not doing a very good job of it today, is that I would be relentless in taking a...
Alright. So that pretty much does it for the radio. Now, I'm going to set off the alarm. And I gotta be careful with this, because it is about 2:30 in the morning, and it's Monday, so people are trying to sleep. So I can only do this briefly. But that is what we're going to do. I'm going to set the alarm off like this. We'll just run through it until it goes off. And it'll probably frighten me when it does. I can get positively loud, as you might be able to tell. That is pretty much it for the General Electric 7-4642B clock radio. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below.